got to ask you about the Millwall one tonight. Now, obviously, we've seen over the weekend, Jace, with the Liam Roberts sending off Kung Fu kicks Mateta. You've had your say on it. You said, you know, you thought he was not unlucky, but he didn't mean to go and hurt him, but he did.
No, he didn't.
He took a lot of stick, Liam Roberts. We know that because it was a huge talking point on the weekend. Millwall tonight, in the 8th minute, and a minute's applause.
The fans, wasn't it?
From the fans.
The Millwall have come out defending the player, and I get it. I don't think he meant to do what he did to Mateta. I felt it was an honest challenge, reckless. I said, and I stick to it, I don't think it's just a red card, 3-game ban. I think it's more than that. There is no place on the football field for that challenge.
Yeah.
That's not just a kick in the head. I've seen kicks in the head. We've all seen it, all played in games, right? That's not a kick in the head. There's no play. That challenge should never be seen on a football field. Some of the stick that he's got, I've not seen it all, but by all accounts, it's quite bad. There's people asking about 8-game bans or whatever. Personally, he's committed an offence. Suck it up, get on with it. I'd give him an extra game. Said that, give him an extra game. Don't kill the boy. You know, he's done it. He made an attempt for the ball. He got it wrong. He got it badly wrong. Badly wrong. Not just wrong.
It cost the team, though.
It cost his team early on. There's a lot to that. It's their bag. But, I mean, clapping at 8 minutes. Drop me out on that one, mate. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But they're not the only embarrassing football club that do it, Millwall. There's pretty much every club out there does something similar. They all do it, mate.
I don't get that one.
T-shirts come out, pray for, #pray for this player. Let's...
that's if someone gets injured, but what I don't get, like, I understand you want to support your player, and I understand it cost the team massively in a huge game. He's made a reckless tackle, which rightly was sent off for. All right, he's took some stick, and I understand that. But a lot of footballers take stick, but to applaud him in the 8th minute, I have to say it's a strange one from Millwall fans. They've been asking, saying there's been all this heat around talking about the situation of the incident and how it's got so much talking points, and then they've gone and done that and raised even more talking points.
Do you know what makes me laugh, right?
Really,
here's the thing that makes me laugh about Millwall, right? We've been told for years and years, we're Millwall. We don't care. We obviously do. You're embarrassing your club. You do care, and now you're doing a minute's applause. We're Millwall. Everyone hates us. We don't care. No one likes us. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you care.
All fans, I want to hear from you tonight. You applauded your keeper after he got sent off. Lee's actually a Millwall fan. He was at the game tonight. They got beat by Bristol City 2-0. All right, Lee.
Right, Lee.
How you doing, Joe? You all right?
I'm all right, Lee. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Look, obviously disappointing result tonight, but obviously the huge talking point over the weekend, everyone's seen it, Liam Roberts, Kung Fu kick, whatever, listen, me and Cundy was on the show Saturday, we said, it was, silly from him, reckless, but he didn't mean it. He took a hell of a lot of stick. But tonight, you applauded him for a minute in the 8th minute. What was that about? Why did you do that?
I think for me, Jay, listen, the tackle, I was at the game at Sellers on Saturday, and I'm at the opposite end of the pitch, and straight away we felt he's got the ball. Listen, I'm going to sit here and say it. When I've got over, watch it back on the TV, and every time you look at it, it gets worse every time you look at it.
It's bad.
But the stick that he's got, and then listen, I think this all come from the Steve Parris interview at half-time, which I think he's got no right to go on, and especially when the game's going on and when everything's still kind of high pressure, etc. I thought it was reckless of Steve to do that. But what he's done is generated a load of backlash aimed directly on his private Instagram account, Liam Roberts. And some of the stuff I've read, Jay, is absolutely unnecessary. It's terrible. I mean, you're talking death threats, telling him he should be banged up, he should never play with football again. Listen, Millwall have released.
No, but what about all the footballers who receive racist, DMs every week? I mean, they, don't.
It's funny you say that, Jay. Sorry to interrupt, but it's funny you say that because, listen, I agree with what Cundy's just said there in terms of modern day football and stuff about, I don't agree with this standing up and clapping. But you're right. When people receive racist abuse, it's terrible. But fans at the football clubs will find some way to stand up and support their player, and they're well within their right to do so. And that's all we've done today. He's got some abuse. It's not racist, but he's got some terrible abuse on his Instagram post. I've seen it all. And all we've done, we're not sitting here defending what he's done. You know, he's come out and apologised. He spoke to Mateta. But what we're doing is we're standing up for him for the fact that he's got all this abuse that he's received online, which is what Millwall have done and come out and release that statement sticking up for him.
But then you talk about Steve Parish. But what about what your club has done? You know, coming out with a statement. I don't know. There's been a lot of mistakes. I agree with you on Steve Parish. I think at that particular moment, putting a mic under Steve Parish's nose at half-time, emotions were running high. But then, 2.5, 3 days later, Millwall put a statement out. And then you do this tonight. It's like, I don't know. It's all getting very uncomfortable now. The boy just didn't...
I think what we've got to realise here, we're not sitting here putting a statement out, standing up in the 8th minute, defending the tackle. We need to separate the incident here. We're not defending that. What we're doing is we're defending our player who's getting that terrible abuse online. And Jamie's hit a point there in terms of, and I'll back anyone, if you're receiving racial abuse or abuse of any kind, then football clubs will stand up and protect their own.
No, but this goes on. Here's the thing, right? I've had death threats. I've had people wish my family all sorts of illnesses, right? I've had it. It's part and parcel of living in the public domain, and people take to social media and they do it. I've had it, right? I've been there. But then, then you've got Millwall fans singing "Let Him Die" when Mateta's down there. That happens as well. I'm not condoning it, but you get fans singing sick chants. You get fans singing these things, and you guys have actually had a lot of stick for it, but I've been to grounds where I've heard that chant. I'm not condoning the chant because the boy was obviously hurt, and Millwall fans, I like to think, didn't realise how serious at that time. But I don't know, Lee, coming out and then clapping. It's like, when does it end? What's the next step? When is this just going to let it just die down and move on?
Well, you said this. You've hit it now on the head, Cundy. It's sung. Listen, I've been going Millwall home and away for years and years and years. That's not a new chant. That's a chant that's been in stadiums for decades, mate. It really has. Since I was a kid.
It's not pleasant to hear, by the way. And
it's not.
And I'm going to tell you, it's pretty uncomfortable watching, because I was watching it on TV, and the Millwall fans that were there didn't have the evidence of what people at home were watching. Two very different things. You're at the other end of the pitch, but got to tell you, it was pretty uncomfortable listening when you see him on oxygen as well. So there's a lot in this melting pot at the moment. There's a huge amount in this melting pot.
Lee, what I would say is you got to stop singing the "No One Likes Us, We Don't Care."
Yeah, you obviously do care, Lee.
Yeah, you've had a big old care on this one, haven't you, Lee?
No, listen, Joe, what, boys? Listen, we don't care. We
no one likes us. No one likes us.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't care.
We care a lot.
We don't care. We are Millwall. Super Millwall.
I thought you were Super Millwall, didn't care.
We are Millwall. From the dead.
Now the Millwall fans
care a lot.
They care a lot. In 8 minutes, they cared a lot.
Come on, you lot.
We care about Arrow. That's all we care about.
Oh, you. Come on, Lee. Poor from you lot.
I ain't fighting.
Don't bite, Lee. Don't let us get you.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.